So what you why can't it?
That we do affects the different areas of the people placed in the Hill. That includes real estate development, economic development projects, and policies that affect the Hill District. One of the things that we really recognize is that there's a lot of work that we need to continue to do in the Hill District to make it an equitable community for everyone. Our mission involves working in partnership with residents and stakeholders to create, promote, and implement strategies, programs that connect plans, policies, and people to drive compelling community development opportunities in the Greater Hill District. This meeting is designed to offer our residents, stakeholders, and neighborhood planners a forum to have a structured opportunity to engage in discussions about ongoing planning initiatives in the area. Also, it gives it forum an opportunity to give updates on current projects and to share feedback to ensure consistency with the Greater Hill District Master Plan is being handled. Tonight's agenda, as I mentioned earlier, is extremely full. We have a few updates about things that are going on here at the Hill CDC, including upcoming programs and events. We'll do a quick brief overview of the Greater Hill District Master Plan adoption. We'll talk about the Nafasi Green Space final design, and we also will share some of the exciting work that's being done at the New Granada construction site. We are happy to announce that ALCOSAN, the clean water plan, will be discussed, as well as some of the status updates on some of the DRP approved projects, including our choice project that's taking place on Bedford Avenues, Standard on 5th, and the Citizen Science Lab. I am Diane Day. I'm the Director of Programs, Policy, and Special Initiatives here at the Hill CDC. And I want to make sure that our community is aware that we do offer business development opportunities, including sessions being held right here at the Hill CDC. On a weekly basis, we have representatives from our small business development partners join different business owners to talk about things to progress their business plans. So on weekly or on a monthly basis, we have Chatham University's Women Business Center here. We also have Duquesne University Small Business Center, as well as the University of Pittsburgh, that will come to the Hill District and meet with different business owners who have set appointments to meet with their representatives. We also are very fortunate to have the Neighborhood Community Development Fund provide a representative, as well as Allegheny County's Department of Equity and Inclusion, to talk about how individuals and businesses can become MBEs or WBE certified. And so that option is available here at the Hill CDC for any of our business owners that are looking to progress their businesses further. And then if you're interested in joining the Hill District as a resident, we do have a home buyer workshop that happens on a monthly basis. The next one is scheduled for July 19th. If you are interested in getting a home and you're a first-time home buyer, this class is for you. It is a full-day workshop where we have partnered with the Urban League, so those first-time homeowners can get their certificate and begin to get information on how they can get mortgages and that they can get prepared for funding for that first-time home. We also share with you what properties are available in the Hill District. So if you're looking for a home and you're looking to be part of the community, this is the workshop that we definitely want you to sign up for. And you can simply do that on our hilldistrict.org/register page. Every month on the second Friday, we do a food distribution for the community. We hold it at our Nafasi Art Gallery on Center Avenue. It will be this Friday. You do not need to register. You just need to simply show up and come. It will start at 11 a.m. and we will be there until the food is gone. This event is well attended, and so if you know anybody that is looking for food, or if you yourself would like to participate, I do recommend that you come early. Usually, our line begins to line up around 9:30, and then it is. The food goes very fast. Usually, we're done with the food distribution no later than 1:30. And so I do know that, groceries today is very expensive. There are a lot of people that this is a big help to, and we just want to make sure that everybody in the community has fresh fruit, groceries, dairy, meat, all of those things for their homes. And so we invite the community to come out and be a participant. We hold a quarterly community meeting every, once a quarter. Our next meeting is scheduled for September the 4th. It will be at the Blakely Center. It is an opportunity where we will be discussing the developments that are happening in the Hill District. In addition to that, we will also be introducing the RAISE project. And so we want to make sure the community members have an opportunity to give feedback on the development projects, as well as feedback on that RAISE project. And so we invite everyone to come out. Doors will open for dinner at 5:30, and the meeting and the presentations will begin at 6 p.m. Real quick, some community updates. The Greater Hill District Master Plan, Nafasi Green Space, and New Granada Theater. So as you may be aware, the Greater Hill District Master Plan is in the process of being adopted by the city of Pittsburgh. This is the last community plan before the city goes forward with the comprehensive plan. And so we want to make sure that this plan is adopted. It is a plan that has been in development and in works for over 11 years, really being led by the Hill CDC's leadership to make sure that this plan is able to get across the finish line. Basically, there was an enormous residential feedback period that ended May 21st. We received over 190 comments that were submitted to the Engage.Pittsburgh page for this particular plan. That's very exciting because it really shows that the community is really engaged in developing a plan that works for the Hill District. Now the Planning Commission is now in the process of reviewing those comments and updating the master plan. And as this goes forward, we will make sure the community is updated through our weekly roundup. One of the things that's really exciting is that we are developing vacant spaces. And one of the spaces that are extremely near and dear to the Hill CDC's heart is the Nafasi Art Gallery space. There is a vacant space right next to the Nafasi Art Gallery. And the community has pretty much come together to develop what could be a beautiful space where there's right now just vacant lot, grass, sometimes trash. And now the community has come together and put together a design that not only just works for the community, but really works for some of the children of the community. So this event started earlier this year. We held a charrette. And after the charrette was held, we were invited to an elementary school in the community, only to find out that the elementary students had taken the exact same vacant lot and created a space that they wanted to see develop in this particular vacant space. So the children you see on the screen now are some of the children that helped to design this Nafasi vacant space. And because of the information that they provided, we were able to get so many other partners involved in this particular project, including the Pittsburgh Zoo, Tree Pittsburgh, um, uh, and other the city forester and other agencies that do this type of work. We held a tree dedication that was attended by not just the community, but also the mayor who dedicated this tree. And it was just an opportunity to symbolize what's coming. Over the last couple months, the children as well as community members have really come together and said, okay, these are the things that we want to see in this particular vacant lot. And because of the work that is being done by different agencies, including the Pittsburgh Zoo, this is part of the final design that we will be in the process of developing. And again, this is a group effort by different community members, community leaders, and different agencies that really want to see something go from a blank vacant spot to something that can be used by the entire community, including the children. And this is just another rendering of that space that is to come. So we're really excited about this. We are in the final stages of picking out, the different plants and features of this project, but it's something that we're really excited about. The other project that we're really happy to report on is the historic New Granada theater area. We right now are in the process of working on phase 1. And in that phase, we have begun the process of putting up the steel support beams for the stage. We also have completed the stair and elevator towers, which are fireproof, and also the roof installation. Wall framing and the MEP rough ends are complete, and drywall is being hung and finished on the 3rd floor. And this project is on schedule, and it is to be completed by the end of this year. And so here are just some of the pictures we would love to share with you on some of the work that's being done on the 3rd floor. Again, we are excited because this is the floor that the University of Pittsburgh will be moving into when it's complete. We are in the process of now fundraising for that phase 2, and that will be where the Black Box Theater, the multi-purpose event space, and the cafe lounge will be housed in. Phase 2 is being coordinated with upcoming requests for bids for contractors. And so we encourage everyone to keep an eye out on any requests for bids so that if you are a contractor, you can participate. And then if you're interested in helping to build the New Granada, we encourage you to click on the QR code to help with a donation. And so with that, I will turn the presentation over to Ms. Kimberly Kennedy to provide us with an update on the water project.
Thank you so much. I am going to share my screen. Oh, I can't share it. Oh, okay. So thank you. Again, my name is Kim Kennedy, and I am with ALCOSAN, the Allegheny County Sanitary Authority. And I'm here tonight to just give you sort of an overview of the clean water plan and everything that we have going on in the area. So next slide. So who we are the wastewater treatment provider for the city of Pittsburgh and 82 surrounding communities. We have one plant, which is shown in the upper image. That's our 59-acre wastewater treatment plant located just beneath the McKees Rocks Bridge, which you can kind of see in the distance. We operate 24/7. It is a 250 million gallon day treatment plant. And the work that we do is entirely funded by our ratepayers. Next slide. So we, ALCOSAN, entered into a consent decree back in 2020. It was lodged in 2020. And the compliance associated with the consent decree is what we call the Clean Water Plan. The Clean Water Plan is meant to reduce or eliminate the combined and sanitary sewer overflows that go into our rivers and streams in our city during wet weather events, right? So we are cleaning up the rivers and streams by implementing the Clean Water Plan. It's a very expensive project. We've been working on it now for many years. And we are entering a pretty exciting phase this year with 2 big projects out to bid, which I'll certainly tell you about. Again, success will mean that we improve the water quality of our rivers and streams in the area. And it will come with significant jobs to the area with some of these large projects. So we sort of split the Clean Water Plan into these 4 pillars that you see on the screen. And I'll go through an overview of each pillar, but I think each one of them is pretty interesting. The GROW project, the GROW stands for the Green Revitalization of Our Waterways. So that's a grant program that we put together to incentivize communities to put together projects to get water out of the sewers that don't belong in the sewers, to free up that capacity and sort of absorb it at the surface. Regionalization looks at large diameter sewer lines, 10 inches and greater in diameter, that take flow from more than one municipality, and say that can be owned by ALCOSAN. We can operate the collection system more efficiently if we own those lines. And break down those barriers in between the communities. The third pillar is the plan expansion. Like I mentioned on the first slide, we are able to treat 250 million gallons per day now, but in the future, we need to be able to treat more flow to take the water that's being diverted to the rivers and streams now and treat it here at the plant. And then last but not least is our regional tunnel system. A large, basically it's a collection tunnel that'll be located about 150 feet deep, 16 miles of additional collection system, so that we can capture and convey those flows and get them down to the treatment plant so that we can adequately treat them. So next slide. So this is our GROW program. It was established in 2016. You can see the stats. It's a very successful program. So we've been able to partner with our municipalities and the municipal authorities and really help with some engineering and some financing to bring these projects forward. $77 million in grants have been awarded, 203 projects that ultimately we're able to reduce our overflows by 242 million gallons in a year. So pretty wonderful statistics, and then some beautiful photos on the right of what the projects look like currently. Then the second pillar, we're talking about regionalization. You know, our collection system is very fragmented. It's owned by many different, you know, the lines in your communities are owned by your community. So the city of Pittsburgh or Pittsburgh Water. And then it doesn't transfer to ALCOSAN until it gets to the river or the stream. So typically we only own those large diameter interceptors, which is very difficult to sort of put in the economies of scale of projects that can really make a difference in eliminating these overflows and freeing up capacity where it belongs. So we're really proud to be able to say that 54 miles have transferred. 54 miles of sewers have transferred to ALCOSAN out of about 250 that are currently eligible, that meets the criteria of the 10 inches and greater in diameter and more than flow from more than one municipality. So it's a pretty exciting program, and ultimately it'll allow for projects that will improve the water quality and get the water down here to the treatment plant, like I said. And so the third pillar of our clean water plan is the plan expansion. So here we are. This is January of just this year when we activated our new outfall. It was freezing cold. You can see the rivers frozen solid, but we were all out there. We were all excited about turning on this exciting project that we started construction of in August of 2020. So in a couple months here, we'll be able to, we're going to increase the first incremental increase of capacity at the plant. We're getting ready to get that started later this year. Once we get the tunnels built, so we can convey that additional flow to ALCOSAN, this plant will be able to treat 600 million gallons per day. And that's in line with the consent decree and the goals of the Clean Water Plan. But it's pretty amazing because you can see on this photograph very nicely that we're squeezed in between the Ohio River and then the hillside that goes up to Brighton Heights with a very active railroad line. So we don't have a lot of space to grow, but we were able to engineer solutions to be able to treat this additional flow on our existing footprint. So that is the plant expansion. And then here we are. Here's the regional tunnel system. So on a typical year, the system overflows about 9 billion gallons of sanitary and combined sewer overflows. Once we build this regional tunnel system, along with the other 3 components of the Clean Water Plan, we will reduce about 7 billion gallons of that water, and we will divert it to these tunnels and get it down to the treatment plant for treatment. The sort of in the upper left of the map, that's our treatment plant, that red bullseye. That's where it's going. That's our facility that ultimately we discharge back to the Ohio River much cleaner than when we get it. So 2 updates on this. Both the wet weather pump station and the Ohio River tunnel projects are out to bid right now. The wet weather pump station has been out a little bit longer, but the Ohio River tunnel just went out to bid last Wednesday on July 2nd. So these are 2 of the largest projects that, obviously we've ever put out to bid. A lot of work to be done here in the next couple years. We also have moved into the design phase of the Allegheny River Tunnel. So we brought on the designer last year. They got started in January of 2025. So we're really just working towards a very preliminary design with them right now. And then last but not least will be the Mon Tunnel. So I encourage you to follow us. This is a really exciting time in our region to finally start to move forward and get some of that combined and sanitary sewer overflows out of the river, clean them up, make them a little safer for all of us. And then my last slide, I couldn't let you go without plugging the open house. So we do open up the facility to the public once a year for our annual open house. This year it's September 13th. Rain or shine, it's a wonderful event for both children and adults. You get to tour the facility. We have tons of vendors, really environmentally focused, and it's just a special day. So would love to really personally extend the invite and hope to see you here. And that's it.
Thank you so our next slides are just an opportunity to provide everyone with the DRP or development approved projects and how progress is going. And so we have various presenters this evening. And so first opportunity is if you would like to see more about these projects beyond the presentation this evening, you can do hilldistrict.org. You can go to our you could go into our DRP area and approve projects. Also, you can also see what's under review or anything that you might have seen in the past, but you don't see the work. The Hill District is definitely on move as far as development and new Hill. And so first present as Miss.
Hey everybody, my name is Zadie Cullen. I'm the project manager for Truck Development, who is the development manager for the Bedford Dwellings Hill District Choice Neighborhoods Implementation Grant. This is a $50 million grant that was received in July of 2023. The grant stems from three main parts. The first one is a people plan that works on creating wraparound services for the residents of Bedford dwellings. Number two, a neighborhood implementation plan that works to create neighborhood critical community improvements. We have four as part of the plan. The first will be a Coldstream Trail Park that will basically run the length of Bedford dwellings between Francis Street down to Summers and connect into Ammons. The next will be new home ownership opportunities. I believe the first one is taking place. We're beginning to work on the one along between Francis Street on Bedford Avenue. And then the next one is home ownership repair. And then the third will be commercial activity, and this will happen along Summer and Herron Avenue. All of these are being implemented by the URA, so please look out for them to give updates along in the future as work continues to happen. But I'm here to kind of run through where we are on the housing plan. The housing plan revolves around replacing all 411 units of Bedford dwellings, as well as creating more affordable and market rate opportunities in the Hill. So we will be creating over 800 units by the time we are done. So Diane, if you want to flip to our next slide. So our first phase, the Reed, is well under construction. We are currently leasing all of the townhomes and the apartment units at this phase. We are looking to be completed by the end of the summer of this year. So the townhome construction is completed. The building A, which is our family building, will be done this month, and then the senior building will be done in September of 2025. There are 123 total units, 90 of which are replacement units for residents at Bedford dwellings, 9 additional affordable units available to residents at 60% AMI, and then 24 market rate units. And as you can see, I'm sure everybody's aware of the construction's going on, but we're really proud with how it's turning out, and the residents that have been able to move into the townhomes are very happy. So we're excited to see the future, and hopefully when we have the groundbreaking later this year, we can bring everybody out to come see everything. Just to kind of run down where we are on our MWBE and Section 3 goals. Currently, we have 59 Section 3 hires working on Phase 1A at an hourly rate of $19.32, and 36 working on Phase 1B for an hourly rate of $39.97. We are now working on our Phase 2, which we'll get to in a second. This is at Francis Street. We only have one currently because we are technically financially closing tomorrow. So they got in ahead of time. But we will be holding an open house for anybody interested in employment on July 17th at the Envision Center on Bedford Avenue. We sent a flyer out to Diane Day, but Matt, can you send a link to that flyer for everybody?
Yeah, of course. Give me a second.
So we'll let that go up if everybody wants to take a look at that. We'd love to have everybody come out, and we'd love to get more participation from the Hill District in our Phase 2. Our commitment for Phase 1A and 1B, we're at 30% MBE and 15% WBE. We have met our MBE on Phase 1A. We're a little short on WBE on both phases, but we are still finishing up construction and hope to. But a lot of our remaining crews will help us meet those goals. So hopefully when we come back to present our next time, we can show how we were able to meet those. So our phase 2, Francis Street, we did some early start work, I think, starting in the fall of 2024. This site was heavily wooded and required a lot of earth moving, as well as we needed to mine grout the entire site since it is built over previously existing coal mines. Our financial closing, unfortunately, was supposed to be today, has been pushed till tomorrow, but we are looking to close and begin construction. We expect construction completion on this site to be, the townhomes to be done in late 2026. And then we have a senior building and a family building that will both be done in early 2027. On this phase, there are a total of 180 units. 103 of the replacement units are for Bedford dwellings residents. We have 44 additional affordable units and then 33 market units. So we will be coming back to start talking about lease up probably about this time next year. So now we're in our phase 3. Phase 3 is in design development. We have submitted for low-income housing tax credits, as well as have submitted to the GRP for our just our board review, and hope to come out to the community on September 4th. So we look forward to seeing everybody to go through this project more in depth. This will be on Bedford Avenue at Summers Drive. This will be our first on-site phase. So every resident at Bedford, currently at Summers Drive, we will be relocating to phase 1 at the Reed, and then we'll come back and demolish this phase and begin construction on 65 new units. 33 will be replacement, 10 will be another additional affordable, and then we'll have 22 market. This will be a mix of townhomes and walk-up buildings.
Thank you, Addie. So our next presenter is going to present on a project that is taking place on 5th Avenue. And so our representative for Beacon Communities and Uptown Partner, mute your phone.
Hi there. Can you hear me okay? Hi, I'm Jessica with Beacon Communities, and we are partnering with Uptown Partners to develop the standard on 5th and a mixed income, affordable, and market rate building located on 5th Ave in the Uptown neighborhood. You move the slides? Oh, there we go. I can control it. Thanks. So the project is being developed, as I said, by a partnership between Beacon Communities and Uptown Partners. Beacon Communities, as a little bit of background, is an affordable housing development firm with offices in Pittsburgh and also in other nearby cities, Boston, New York, Buffalo. And we have a number of properties here in Pittsburgh, especially in the Uptown and Hill District neighborhood. And we're very excited that Standard on 5th will be our newest building to open in the neighborhood. We are partnering with Uptown Partners on this. They were involved in helping us identify the site, figure out the plan for the project, figure out the unit mix, the income mix, targeting, and get us to construction close. And as we get closer to completion, they'll be a partner in leasing up and engaging the community and leasing up the building as well. We're also working with Rothschild Donio as the architect here, Soda Construction, and New Ecology is our green building consultant. This is going to be a passive house building, so built to really high green standards. So here's an image of the site. This is from before construction started. We're now in the midst of construction, but this is the best image we had. The site is on 5th Ave between Moultrie and Seneca. It's kind of in the middle of the block there, not on either corner, but it does span between 5th and Watson. If you saw the site before, it was mostly vacant with land and parking, as you can see, with a couple buildings that were unoccupied. We have since demolished those 2 unoccupied buildings, but the building to the left of the screen and the buildings to the very right of this block are still there. Those are standing structures that are not part of our project. So when it's complete, the project here will be mixed income, as I mentioned. There will be a total of 51 apartments. 40 of them will be affordable, and 11 will be market rate, so unrestricted. The affordable apartments will be targeted households between 20% and 60% of the area median income. Of those 40, 17 are going to be supported with project-based vouchers. So for those, folks will pay 30% of their income towards their rent. For the other affordable units, there will be a fixed rent for those affordable units. And then we have the market rate units. And the apartments are going to be a mix of 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. So we started construction here over a year ago, back in March 2024. And today we're about 35% complete. That is well behind where we had hoped to be at this point. So we've faced a lot of delays in getting construction moving on this project, mainly with unexpected conditions in the soil, water issues in the soil, which forced us to address the water issues, do a lot of dewatering and figuring out the source of that, and then also revise our foundation design for the building to deal with the soil conditions we found. So we, for a long time, if you went by the site, there was a dirt pit there for a while as we dealt with those issues, but those have now been resolved and we are moving full steam ahead with construction. So we are now we were hoping to be done by this September 2025. The revised date is now May 2026 when we hope to be complete. And then we'll be leasing and moving households in over the summer of 2026 to hopefully be fully occupied by September. And then move into long-term ownership, which again will be a partnership between Beacon and Uptown Partners. So here's just a couple of images of where we are now at the building. These photos are from a couple weeks ago. The foundation is done, and we've, I think, now framed up to the 2nd floor of this 4-story building. So you can see we've got the walls up, trying to get up to the 4th floor and get the roof on in the next couple of months. The tall structure on the bottom there is the elevator shaft, so you can see kind of where the full height of the building will be. And then an update on where we are on some of the goals that are important to this project beyond just providing the affordable and housing. On minority and women business participation, we are aiming for 30% minority business participation and 15% women business participation. Right now, we're a little bit below that, but working with a contractor to trying to increase our numbers here. As I mentioned, we're about 35% through construction at this point, so we still have opportunities to bring on some more qualifying contractors in this area. We've had hired about 59 new workers for the job overall. It's been, as I said, much slower going than we had hoped, so we have had many fewer workers on site than we would have liked. But now that as we really get into framing, drywall, painting, electrical, there's a lot more opportunity to bring in new workers and increase those work hours. And similar to the prior presentation, we are also working on scheduling a job fair for this and potentially for some other projects that Beacon has coming up soon in the uptown and downtown neighborhood, and looking for a date for that in late August or September. And then our 3rd goal listed here is to provide public art in this location. So we are currently interviewing artists and looking for opportunities for them to provide some public art on or adjacent to the building. So that is where we are right now. And we'll probably start lease up in early 2026. So happy to revisit with this group then.
Thank you so much, Jessica. And so our next presenter will be giving us an update on the Citizen Science Lab. And I'm going to invite Andre to come to unmute your microphone and provide us with the presentation.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Andre Samuel. I'm the founder and CEO and president of the Citizen Science Lab. It is a pleasure to be here this evening and present to you an update on Project DREAM, the capital campaign for the Citizen Science Lab. Next slide. Yep, thank you. We'll report on Project DREAM. Project DREAM is the acquisition and renovation of the Martin Luther King Reading and Cultural Center located at 636 Herron Avenue. It is also the acquisition of about 12 surrounding lots that will allow for us, or the plan was to allow us to renovate the existing building and then add an extension and build on to it to create the facility. So that is what the property looked like when we acquired it. And we'll start off with the next slide, please. Thank you. Here you'll see the floor plan for the development. And so this is the original concept idea and floor plan. Let's see, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but if you look up towards the middle where the gray area is, you'll see some dark walls in the middle, and then surrounded by 3 pink rooms, sort of at the top. That is all the original building. Everything you see outside of those pink walls and that little dark gray wall there in the center will be the addition. That will include a brand new lobby, which actually be built over the existing entrance of the building, a flex cafe space to allow for community meetings as well as board meetings and meetings for students, and provide a place for students to come and do homework and get tutoring. As well as 2 teaching labs, 1 large teaching lab, which will be in the main building, and then an additional teaching lab, which is down here towards the bottom right on top of the carpet arrow. The green areas that you see are designated to be the corporate offices for the building. The organization has slated this to be the headquarters for the organization, which will allow us to have a standard base of operations and allow us to extend our program well beyond the Hill District in Pittsburgh. So next slide, please. I'm sorry, I thought I was pushing it. The interior finishes and designs are also complete. You'll see samples of the interior finishes and design. Here again, where you see the big logo on the brick wall, all the brick that you see there is the existing outside front exterior of the building. Again, we are closing that up and turning it into the lobby. And then you'll see our color scheme, which is very much in brand, and we'll be doing polished concrete floors and lots of wood trim and so on. Next slide, please. So far, we have acquired the property. We acquired and closed on the property. We acquired it from the URA. We did that in December of 2024. And then groundbreaking occurred on April 4th. So we were able to get everything off and running. As you can see, we had a number of neighborhood representatives as well as state representatives. The great Mayor Ed Gainey came out. Marisol, CEO of McCulley Ministries, also came out, and we had a very powerful and emotional ceremony to get the Martin Luther King started. Martin Luther King Library project and renovation started and underway. Next slide, please. So soon after that, mobilization began, and you can see this here is a video showing the construction underway. We cleared everything out, all the grass, the caissons were being installed by the large crane there. That's what's happening there. And so we started to make pretty good progress. So that is where we were when we started directly after the groundbreaking. Can I get the next slide, please? And so this picture was taken about 2 or 3 days ago, and this is where we are now. So far, we have cleared away the property. The foundation has been laid and set for the extension. And then you'll see that the walls, the framing for the walls have gone up. And plumbing and electrical has been installed. We are now working on the roof. You'll see that the original roof has had to be repaired and replaced. So that work is being done. There's been some work in the back that had to be repaired where there was a car that ran into the side. That's all been done. Everything is structurally sound now and moving along relatively well. Next slide, please. This is what we expect. This is the vision for the space when it's done. You'll see that we'll have a lot of glass and a lot of open space, but then also we have also incorporated public art into the building as well. And so once the building is complete, we will be doing an RFP and a call for artists to submit mural ideas or interactive art ideas for these walls. And so that's what we are hoping for. Each of those murals the plan is for each of those murals to highlight African-American scientists and their achievements in the sciences. Could I get a return, please? Where are we now? We have a $5.4 million project return. About 85% of that construction budget has raised. So about 5.4 million is the total project. We started off originally as a $5 million project. It's gone up a little, of course. Things go up, tariffs and all that stuff. But we are about 85% there. So we've raised about 4.6 million so far towards that 5.4. So all is going well on that front. Return, please. The Project Dream is estimated to be completed in November of 2025. So we are really excited about that. Initially, we were looking at a January 26th completion, but now we're looking at November 2025. It seems to be pretty consistent. We are not running into any major issues. I think the major issues that could have delayed us, we sort of went past that phase already. So things seem to be going well. There are no issues with any of the geo, no issues with the foundation, none of that. So everything is moving along relatively well. Next, please. So we are scheduled to open for summer camp in 2026. So with completion in November of 2025, that gives us time to prepare, make sure everything is ready for the rollout. And then we expect to roll out to the public for summer camps in 2026. There have been some discussions about having a soft opening by working with university prep and maybe having their students start attending classes with us in January. So that is the plan for the soft opening. What's next for us? I'd just like to highlight that September 12th and 13th is our 10-year anniversary. We were born in the Hill District in the old Connolly building, so this is our 10-year anniversary. We will have a gala on Friday. Tickets start at $35 each. I believe they're doing a quick special next week at $25 each. It will include a premiere of our documentary, For the Culture Part 2, an Amaria performance. As well as the next day, we will have our Dream Fest block party, which we have been holding in front of the property at Herron Avenue for the past few years on Saturday the 13th. Please spread the word. Sponsorships are available if anyone would like to do that, and visit our page for more information. Next slide, last slide, please. Oh, sorry. That wasn't the last slide. This is a promo highlighting the documentary, giving you all a chance to kind of see what's going on, but we can go ahead and go to the next slide, or if you want to play it, you can. I think it has sound. Yep. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it. So you might see some familiar faces, residents, students, and so on. This one features an interview with Adam Lewis, also known as DJ Black Steel, whose son also attended our program. So we're really looking forward to that. You can go ahead and go to the next slide if you want. We can make this available online for anyone that'd like to see the whole promo. All right. Okay. Thank you. We try to update the public through our social media outlets on a regular basis about Project Dream. So please, if you are interested and would like to follow us or haven't followed us, please do so. Here's all our information. And I just want to say thank you to the community. I want to say thank you to the Hill District, CDC, and all of the supporting community organizations for allowing us and giving us approval for this project. We're very honored and humbled to bring this back to the Hill District. Thank you.
Thank you so much. As you can see, there's so many great projects that are coming to the Hill District's way. A lot of exciting things that are going to benefit all the families that are here. Again, we want to make sure that we say thank you to all our presenters this evening for sharing the great work that you're doing for the Hill District. And we want to invite everyone to be social with the Hill CDC. You can make sure that you're in the know by receiving our weekly roundup. We have a weekly digital newsletter that comes out every weekend, and you could be part of that. If you can make sure you get updated information by just simply going to hilldistrict.org/sign up. Also, we invite you to be part of our social media family on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Blue Sky. You can do so you can find us at My Hill District. And then we also want to make sure that you're part of what's going on when we are listing our business information on LinkedIn, and you can find us under Hill Community Development Corporation. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us, and that concludes our meeting this evening. And once again, thank you to all of our presenters. Everyone, have a great evening.